Oh my God, Russ, we're live!
What? Oh my God! Yeah, see, I get to do the visual of it, right? Wait, are we on screen?
Yeah, totally.
Because I'm looking at us right. Oh,
that's
I see.
normal.
The
Don't worry,
intro's
that's
right.
normal.
Got it.
You're behind, Russ.
I get to be
catch
like,
up, please.
What?
I loved your turn and reveal. It's very daytime television.
Huh? I'm so much brighter than you now. I see the video.
Yeah. So Russ is from the future, and I'm using a video teleconferencing suite that was used during the invasion of Iraq in 2003. Just imagine me cowering in a bunker, talking about how our hotel is being shot at, and how there's rockets going off. That's what I look like right now.
We're just getting shelled.
Yeah, the hotel is being shelled. We have to wait in the lobby, which they say is the safest place for us right now. So, yeah, we look terrible. Well, no, yep. Russ looks beautiful. I look terrible. My lips don't even match what I'm saying, to be honest. I mean, maybe it does.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Man, look at all the people who are here. Oh my God!
Hey, everybody!
We got 100 people watching already. We haven't even started. Petey Pants here, Josh Amstel, Jacksepticeye, Grandmaster Gaming, Redneck Green Arrow, Matthew Qualkenbush, Stay Puft, David Alley, Jarlene Jean Louise, Jean Louise.
Hey, let me shout out Baller McSandwich, who says, "What is this, face reveal?" Every time we do one of these, it's a face reveal for someone, someone who hasn't been in before.
I mean, when I finally get a webcam that doesn't look like I'm hiding from terrorists,
right?
That'll be a face reveal again. People will be like, "What is this? Another face reveal?"
This is what my face looks like today.
Jessica Howe is here. For Forced Octane, Schlosled. I never know how to say his name.
I say Cloched.
Cloched? Sure.
Cloched.
That's your. If that's not how you say your name, it is now. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Chris W443 is here. He says podcasts are my favorite.
Chris.
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad we managed to get them done once every few months. We got J Jordan Lee is here. Mr. Energy Gamer. Shannon Lynch says Russ looks awesome. Russ, you look awesome.
Thanks.
Mr. AIDS is here. Joseph Brewer.
Hi, Mr. AIDS.
John Christie from Discord is here. Colin Blakely, Extreme Lemon. Rasair Gratz says, "Hey guys." I don't know if that's how you say his name, but I'm going with it. Skylar Craven's here. Chauncey Spencer. Guy Ferraris says,
Guy Ferraris.
It's my real name.
Oh, man.
Peyton Fares is here.
Where Christine and I were tonight, we didn't go, sadly, but we were right across the street from Guy Fieri's fucking restaurant that looked like shit. It looked like absolute shit.
Oh, really?
It looked like a place you never want to eat ever. Just off in Times Square.
Wow.
It's
you know what? Let's save that story. Let's save that story.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
So, if this is your first time, we're doing a podcast. What we're gonna do is we kind of just talk for a while, and then we'll talk some more, and then finally we'll start the podcast, and then we'll end the podcast, but not really, because then we end it again after that. Because what we do is we take the audio, re-edit it, and then put that up on iTunes, Stitcher, and a million other, pretty much every possible way. No shout out for Jala, by the way. We're not shouting out Jala.
Oh, but real quick, Mr. AIDS. We've talked about this before. Mr. AIDS says, "Hey, he looks like that guy from Impractical Jokers."
It's uncanny.
Everybody says I look like Sal from Impractical Jokers. I don't see it, but so many people tell me that.
He's gonna be like, "No, that other guy."
That'd be very strange. Hey, Devs Clubs, who says, "Russ, is this you channel?" Yeah, yeah, it's both our channel.
Yeah, it's you channel.
Yeah,
Amber Gold
you channel.
Kason Bigler says, "You guys going to play Spin Tires ever again?" Yeah, sure. One day.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually. One day. Anyway, I'm pulling up
Ab95 says, so H1Z1 after this?
I would, but it's been a long day. Like, honestly, originally we weren't even going to stream tonight, but I wanted to do something.
Yeah, Enigma Champ says GTA after this. This is probably the first time in a very long time that we're not doing GTA today.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it's not a very, this is a good short stream night, I think.
Yeah.
Like, if we were going to do a GTA, it would probably be a chill stream anyway. Here, hang on. I'm going to put, all right, can you...
Oh, that's...
You see?
Yep.
Myself?
Yep, there he is.
Next to Sal.
That's the guy. Make that face. Yep, same guy.
Yeah, damn it.
Same
God.
guy. Dominic Romero says, hey, I'm back. Christian Bartleen says, do you have a PS3? Do you have a PS3, Rose? I don't.
Somewhere.
I don't have one. Challa says, no Christine cam? Where is Christine? Does Christine not want to be in on this?
She is... she's upstairs. She was hanging with her parents when we were going on. If she wanted to join it,
acceptable. That's acceptable. Oh man!
All right, so you want to do this? You want to do the actual? Well, here, say hello to who you're saying hello to.
Petey Pan.
Christian somebody.
Hello.
You said Christian somebody.
Did I? I don't know what I was saying, to be honest.
No,
Notorious Beans here.
Bigger knows this though.
The broadcast gamer. Captain Boot Hat. Russ, you went to a magical place today.
Is this the podcast now?
Right. Just answer the question.
I like starting every podcast. Yes, I went to a magical land where millions of people live in a very small, confined space known as Manhattan.
Okay.
New York City. Yeah.
Now, I've heard tales about this this Manhattan, as you call it. Is that a local pronunciation, as a local dialect?
Yes. What
does it mean?
Natives refer to it as what?
What does it mean?
Oh, it means a tan man's hat.
Okay.
They just put tan at the end. Hat, tan.
Boy, that's really exotic. Tell me about this place.
Oh, absolutely.
So I imagine that this is a place of luxury.
Yes. Oh,
only the finest in merchandise. People pampering to your every need.
Yeah,
only the finest restaurants.
Yeah, and it's something like that. If you also add in every once in a while, you have to walk over a sewer grate that smells like farts.
Okay, yeah.
It's like that. Those two things combined.
Have
good and the bad there.
So tell me about these all right. amazing restaurants. What would I expect to find if I went
it's
there?
Like you're setting me up for something. I don't know. All right, so I told Danger I had just a funny, quick experience at where I went tonight for dinner with Christine. It was delicious food, but it was a brew house. So I'm like, I got to try one of the beers that they make here. So I ordered it, and it was brought out to me, and I was like, that's a very pale looking beer. Like, it was just very. Oh,
it's a pale ale. Yeah.
It said it was supposed to be a it's something. It shouldn't have been so pale, I thought. But I'm like, all right, I'll try it.
Like, you ordered a stout, and it came out and it was clear.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So, but now I didn't notice this until he already walked away. I looked at it like, wait a minute. What is this? There was also no head to it. There was nothing. So I go to drink. He brought me a pint glass of white wine. I'm like, I'm not crazy here, right? Like, this is why I give it to Christine. She's like, yes, this is clearly white wine. So the guy comes back and I wave him over. I'm like, I think you gave me white wine in a pint glass. And he looks at it and he goes, and I'm like, here, like, try it or like smell it, like, it's wine, right? And he's like, sir, I don't judge the beers. Like, if you don't like it, I'll get you another one. Like, you could choose another beer. I'm like, no,
it's your discerning taste that's the problem.
It's almost like he thought I was trying to make up an excuse. And my excuse was, you gave me wine instead of beer.
Which is the worst excuse ever.
Very easy to disprove.
Yeah.
Now, when he came back, he was like, it turns out there was something wrong. It was it came out of the correct tap, but it was hooked up incorrectly. Like something was wrong.
That's
Like,
understandable.
What, they hooked up a tap to wine?
Well, I mean, all those taps.
Is that a thing?
The hoses run underneath the bar, and in the back in the cooler area, they hook them up to kegs. Okay. So what happened is like they had the hose for the beer keg, and the guy's like, I don't know, put it on any of them, and he puts it on the wine one. Right. So there's probably somebody out there that got one that was like half beer, half wine. And
you know when you get one and you're just like you know when you get the wrong thing, but yeah. you don't want to be wrong about it. So like at first I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, like maybe it's a very sour beer. I'm looking it up online, like just expecting to see like, no, you're not crazy. This beer tastes like wine, but no, it was the incorrect.
Very
thing.
Confusing. Well,
yes. But
welcome everybody to the Snake Fist Explosion Video Game Podcast, where we talk about video games and nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else will come up.
Yeah.
Not once.
Man, we've got so much planned for this podcast. And I didn't even tell everybody if they wanted to send us questions, it would be at hashtag SFE Pod 14. I didn't tell anybody that. And
no.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything to be there, but I'm going to check now just to be on the safe side.
Yes, you could. You may as well.
SFE Pod 14. And I mean, people who are smart would know that there's no spaces in that, and you don't spell 14. And SFE Pod is spelled exactly like you would think. Man, what a bunch of weeks since the last podcast, Russ.
When did we last do this? It was December, right?
December 12th, maybe? Something like that.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, and you know what? I still haven't edited that one to put up on iTunes.
So we're doing this podcast and before, the December one.
Yeah.
Like today is January 15th.
Yeah,
the last one was a month ago.
I was busy.
For 32 days?
Yeah. Yeah, I was busy. I couldn't be bothered to take a simple audio file, put it in a timeline, cut off the beginning and end, and add our musical bumpers to it. I couldn't be bothered to do that, Russ. I was too busy.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not gonna like question you. I'll believe you.
Oh.
You get busy. I get it.
Good.
I get busy. So I understand. I mean, apparently you get busier than I do.
It's true. But, I mean, your workload compared to mine, you basically sit on a beach drinking Mai Tais all day.
Relative to you.
Relative to what I do, yeah.
I see. Okay. All right.
So I mean, what makes you so special? What do you think? What do you do that's so you're so busy all the time?
My job, in a timely manner.
Wait! I didn't know you had a job.
In a
shit, that changes
manner,
everything.
This is This is.
I thought that all you did was the few hours a week that we stream together. All other times I just assumed that you stared vacantly forward at the computer screen, waiting for me to say something on Facebook to you.
Like, Danger, is that you? Oh.
You're just on Discord every few minutes, like, is that you? Did you join? No. Oh.
I hear a little da-dum, and it's like Bren by accident. It's like, oh, hey, sorry, man. Like, but wait.
All of a sudden, Hike joins, and he's like, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Like, get out of here, Hike. I'm waiting for Danger.
What I was waiting for.
Oh, man. I remember I was talking about that whole hashtag SFE Pod 14. Man, I got 20 responses now. Man, that was fast. That was real fast.
All right. Well, what can we? Let's start with one. Let's go.
Okay. These sorts of things. It's a Q&A type of thing. They ask Q's and we A them. First one. How have you been? This is from Extreme Lemon. Very important question.
How have you been? Danger, answer this first.
Okay. You know what? last time we did the podcast, we were talking about the possibility of doing YouTube full time.
Yeah.
And I didn't have much of a choice in this subject, just because life just fucking it just does 180s on you. When you think things are going one direction, it does a 180 on you, and you go the other direction. So, I mean, we were talking about it as a conversation, but for me, it was like, nah, I got to do this or find a minimum wage job, and the math added up, and I'm like, this is about the same as a minimum wage job. So
really?
I can just do
That's
this.
not bad. All right.
Yeah. Well, it's less. Look, it varies, but
especially with taxes. And
oh wait, I'm not even talking about taxes right now. Taxes. No, I'm probably going to jail next year.
Okay.
But hey, that'll be fun because you know what you don't have to do in jail? Pay taxes.
Okay. Pretty sure you're still going to owe those taxes.
No, I'll just pay it off with my service to society.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What if you have to? You might lose something greater than money.
Like what?
Yourself.
They treat me like an animal. That's what I became.
That's what I became. You see, like you're on just like the prison squash team. We got a squash court. It's great.
The warden keeps on trying to get us
awesome.
early release on good behavior. We should kill him.
Fucking warden.
He keeps on trying to cut us breaks and give us deals. But we don't want to get out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how things are going. I mean, it's stressful because now it's like I'm trying to get to a point where we're making a video every single day, and boy, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. There's a lot of. It's tough to force it sometimes too. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, let's try to record a thing. Like I tried to record some WWE, and it just wasn't. Nothing was really coming to me.
Yeah,
Just wasn't great.
So I guess you're not gonna be sending me any footage, is what you're saying.
Not right away. I'm gonna do more recording.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, this is a good follow-up. Chris Whitmer, he asks us,
Okay.
Danger and Russ, thinking about Patreon still? And we did talk about that last time. And
Yeah, we haven't talked about it much since last time.
yeah, it's true. I guess, the thing I always come up on, because I know how Patreon works. And like a lot of people are like, just do it, I'll give you my money. And it's, while that's great, I mean, that only accounts for the $5 that I'll get from those 5 people. But like, there's not much we can give back to them. But now that we're doing like edited videos, maybe like early access to videos might be a thing. I don't know. Is that even worth money?
I mean, look, if it was at a point where enough people were doing Patreon, like I do believe it would put us in a position where we could actually do a video every day, whether it's a stream or a video. Like it just enables that possibility. But I don't know. Like we might be able to do it anyway. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
Yeah. So the answer is yes. Every single day I think about it. Just no progress gets made. I've actually thought of a lot of things since then. Like we get donations from people, and we're sincere, and we try to thank people as much as we can while we're streaming. But I was thinking I should also, like, if like whatever donations we get, I should give them like a special thanks at the end of the stream too.
Right.
So that's like a good idea, like just a way to like let people know that it's appreciated. And also, like, people sometimes say, hey, you should have shirts or merchandise, and we do, but we just never talk about it. So I was thinking we should just make more of that, and let people know that it exists every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. A. Oh, wait. I forget that we're not looking at comments. But I will say that perhaps while we're recording this, somebody does say, you're going to go hike mode.
Hike mode?
Full time and stuff. I guess that would be full time.
I wish.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look, it could certainly happen one day because we're nearing 30K subs. It's a big milestone.
yeah, that's very soon. We're at nearly 29 now.
Yeah.
I don't have the exact figure on me. I
28,610 or so, like give or take a few.
28,619.
Oh my God, more than I thought.
Yeah. So like we're getting to 30. I've like numbers and stuff is something I think about a lot, and it's probably fucking boring or stupid to most people because they don't know. But like I feel like if we were at like 15K per day, that would be all right. Like things would be a-okay for
like
the
that,
most part.
we would average out about 15K views a day is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Where
so
are we
that's
at
like
now?
that's like my immediate goal. We're at like 5K a day.
Yeah, our daily averages is just under 6,000.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, that went up. Probably because
Nice.
of that YouTube thing.
The one day where YouTube's like, you hit 29,000,
shit.
even though
Yeah. So YouTube did this audit where it's like, oh, we missed counting all these views. We'll just add those today. So we go to look at Social Blade to see how many views we got for the day, and it's telling us 30,000, and it's like, what happened? What?
Did we do something right?
Is it finally happening? Is it happening? I'm just running around the house. I'm like, it's happening! And then it just turns out it's a YouTube audit.
Yeah. It's, I was like, oh. I mean, it's nice to get them.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
Fucks
good.
up the math.
I mean, it's better than seeing like negative numbers, I guess. But
yeah, that's happened.
But yeah, that's the answer to that. We should probably think about it more and see what we should do about that sooner rather than later. I would imagine, but it's still up in the air.
For all intents and purposes, you're kind of doing this full time right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does make sense sooner than later. For all intents and purposes, I'm not.
So
I'm not at all.
So I don't like die of starvation,
Right, exactly.
Hey, this is from Penske Fan 22.
Okay.
Team Penske. I thought they were a fan of the moving truck company.
I was gonna say the truck company.
Yeah, but I guess it's a racing team.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it seems like it's a racing team. They say, would you ever consider playing Farming Simulator 17?
Yeah. Yeah, we would. And here's the last time we tried Farming Simulator was Farming Simulator 13.
Yeah.
I think was it 2013, and it didn't run great. Like it didn't. The game was kind of okay, but the multiplayer wasn't working very well. I think we just abandoned it pretty quickly.
I mean, I loved it.
You did a lot more than I did.
The thing about all those simulator games, the Farming Simulator is like the cream of the crop when it comes to simulator games, but around 2013, there was just a shitload of simulator games, and they were all built on the same engine from like the same German dev team. And it's like they would have like ambulance sim, they'd have tree cutting sim, road work sim, that they would have airport fire emergency response sim, and they all sound very exciting until you play it and you realize that like they're like, all right, it's ready to start your day is a thing. And they're like, all right, now here's all of your tax forms you have to fill out as a new employee of airport search and rescue. I'm gonna have to ask you to sit in this room and watch an instructional video for the next hour and a half. Like they were super and they were totally janky too. But the jankiness was a lot of times what was the most entertaining part, because it take every step to try to be as realistic as possible. It's like, all right, so you're on this new road crew. Why don't you go take that broom and sweep some stuff for a little while, and then you do that, and then all of a sudden, like, you just clip through the ground, and some tractor would go flying around in circles and spinning like it's caught in a tornado.
Right.
And then the game would crash, and when you come back, you'd come back and like your character model was swapped with like half of a moose, and then like it's like you're in a different part of the map entirely, and you got to walk 22 hours back to work. And then when you get back to work, they fire you for being late. And you have to go back home to your wife and children and explain that you got fired because a glitch happened and it warped you 22 miles away from work. And then they considered you AWOL. And
my husband's gone crazy.
So then you got to load up unemployment tax simulator where you go to the unemployment office and file for unemployment insurance. But they're like, all right, well, we can only give you 6 months of unemployment insurance, but the thing changes next week, so we're going to give you a lump sum right now. And then they're like, this is how much unemployment insurance you get back. This is what you have to live on for the next 6 months, and they give you like $523. And then they're like, see you later. And then you're like, all right, I'm never playing this fucking game again. And you try to get your money back on Steam, but Steam doesn't. It's like, you played this for 7.5 hours. We're not giving you this back. And it's like, that's how long I had to figure out that this was a piece of shit. Have you ever played one of those games, Russ?
Yeah, it didn't take it. I honestly didn't get it very quickly at all. Like, I was just like, I'm done. Not for me.
But Farming Simulator is the cream of the crop because, like, it's a little bit different, like designed a bit different than all those really shitty ones, and it works better. And you get to grow farms, and cut down trees, and race tractors, and hit ramps, and jump over barns with tractors.
Yeah, well, that sounds exciting.
You know, all the things that farmers do.
Well, yeah, it's like being a real farmer.
Yeah.
Well, let's, you know what? Day comes we can get that game, or if it's on a big sale, I'd get that.
Yeah, if it's free, I'll take it.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm curious how much it would be on like a G2A or something.
Hey, Jessica Howe, who's a moderator in our chat quite often. She's always there. And she asks, what games would you recommend for a beginner of PC gaming?
Like a beginner of PC? Jeez.
Half-Life 2.
There you go. GTA. I don't know. Is it somebody? Are you saying they're new to getting a PC but have been console people before?
I guess so. Yeah. You'd want something that like you'd still use your controller with it. So like GTA would be a good one. I mean, really, any of them are fine. How about Snuggle Truck? Snuggle Truck's a good one.
Snuggle Truck will push your PC to the limit. I say go for it. Whatever. The Isle, maybe.
The Isle?
It could also... Yeah, you can find out if your PC will just blow up.
Is that what a beginner should be doing? You
want to make sure. You want to make sure your shit's
or...
good, you know? if the Isle doesn't destroy your computer, then you're good to go.
Hey, speaking of things that'll destroy our computers, Escape from Tarkov.
That looks fucking great. How fucking long till we can play that game?
I don't know. I mean, I've done research. I've gone deep. I've gone deep into the deep web, Russ. I've gone to the dark web. I went underground. I pulled in favors from all of my sources. I did extensive Google searches. I looked. I read in-depth analyses of the developer notes of when the closed beta of Escape from Tarkov is supposed to come out, and they said Q2 2015.
Did we miss something?
I mean, are we not playing it already?
Do I have it installed?
I think you do.
300 hours?
Everybody in chat's like, you played that game 23 times in a row. We're sick of it. We're tired of it.
Yeah, no, that game looks pretty goddamn good. But you're more. I hope it's good because you have actually put a lot of like you're hyped for it. You put a lot into
I'm
this.
very
Where you're
hyped for
like,
it. I've seen a lot of gameplay from it.
okay,
You know, right now it's in extended alpha, and I guess they've opened up the doors for even another alpha, which is I don't even know what you would call that because it was already extended alpha. Wait, hold on. Let me check the email. I'll know right away.
I did notice where it said like
Tarkov admission alpha admission waves. What the fuck is that? Admission
What?
waves. It's in the, it makes sense. You got your closed alpha. You got your alpha. You've got your extended alpha, and then you've got alpha admission waves. Goes right after it.
They're letting more people in.
Yeah. So I don't even know what my point was. Oh, yeah, so I've seen a lot of stuff from this. What I love most is they have this like modular weapon customization system where like okay, so you know how in a lot of first person shooters they do this balancing thing where it's like, all right, so here's an AK-47. It's got a little bit more stopping power than your M4. So it just stands to reason that, we're not going to let you put a laser sight on this. You can only have a flashlight. And also no front foregrip because, it's got to have that trade-off. But the M4, they're like, it doesn't have as much punch, so we're going to let you have a four-rail, an ACOG, but no 12-power sniper scope because that could only go on a sniper rifle.
Okay.
So what I love about this is the way that you customize a weapon is entirely dependent on what's already on it. So you have like a regular AK-47. There's some things that you could put on, like a flashlight or whatever. But let's say that you swap out the front foregrip with something that's more tactical, and it has four Picatinny rails on it. So now all of a sudden you can put a laser, you can put a flashlight, you can have a foregrip underneath it, you can put a scope on top of it. I saw a guy put 2 scopes on his rifle, one on the front and one on the back, because he changed out the upper receiver, and there's no point, but he did it.
It's just that freedom to be able to do what you want.
Yeah, it's like
what you're excited about.
It's like, look, if you got the mods to do it, you can do it. No big deal. No one's judging you. And with that though, here's the thing. It's a lot like H1Z1 or DayZ or all of these roguelike survival games where if you get killed with this shit on you, you lose it. It's gone. Somebody picks it up and they take it to the exit and it's theirs now. But unlike H1Z1 or anything like that, if you escape from Tarkov, which is the goal of the game...
That's what you have to do in that game?
In raid mode, anyways. I know there's other modes, but all I've seen so far is raid mode, where you go... It drops you in, and it's like Battle Royale or King of the Kill. And you run around, and you take on players and AI, and you loot for gear, you get kills, you get experience, you can level up, like, attributes of your character... And then you go find a secret door that takes you out of Tarkov. And then if you escape with a whole bunch of loot, you put that in your box outside of the game. And then the next round you can customize your loadout. You can start with a machine gun if you want, if you have one, but you might lose it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I like that.
Or you can start with nothing but a knife and just go knife somebody and take their stuff. And then escape with more loot.
Way to go, I think.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. I'm really excited for it. And everything that I've seen so far, it looks like it runs really well.
Yeah, and I do hope that that's coming soon, because you mentioned the release date stuff earlier, 2015 with the alpha. I did notice that it said beta starts 2016 when we got it, and we did get it at the beginning of January. So hopefully they'll Hopefully they'll pick up the pace at least.
It's got to be real soon because
people know.
Because early alpha's got to be pretty much over. Yeah,
it's been going for forever now. So yeah, hopefully.
Matthew Qualkenbush wants to know: will you ever post the main vlog?
Yeah, I mean that's just been a product of being extremely busy with work. December, of course, is the biggest month when it comes to what I do, which is editing. YouTube, editing for YouTube stuff. December's a big month, and it was also the same month where was it at the beginning of that, or was it even November, which would make it longer, where I was working on Grand Theft Alien and stuff. It's just like a nonstop wave of work for me.
Man, if only somebody else was there to help you out with that.
Yeah, well, maybe one day.
Yeah, a guy can dream.
Yep.
Jessica wants to know, what's your favorite type of food ever? Jeez, I don't even know.
Jesus, if I had to pick one, I'd say maybe mac and cheese. If I had to pick something that I always like, pretty much.
I'll always like a sandwich.
A steak too.
Steak. Can't go wrong with a steak.
A good steak, I love. Yeah.
You know what? How about a cheeseburger?
Oh, cheeseburgers are usually very good.
I went to the Cheesecake Factory today. Ooh. And I had the Americana cheeseburger, and it was just a regular old cheeseburger, but it was like you could tell that it was actually made of ground beef and not just like some frozen puck. Mm-hmm. And had like a perfect balance of like kind of saltiness and pepperiness, and cheesiness. And then I had a whole bunch of fries. Oh man.
We went to a place today called Pig and Whistle in New York, and I got a burger. It was a fucking amazing burger. Their meat was delicious. I had some Swiss on it, some bacon, and they had garlic fries, which usually I feel like they overdo the garlic, but these were perfect.
Okay.
So
I don't know how you could ever overdo garlic, to be honest. I don't think it's possible.
No, like they overdo it to the point where it like makes the fry soggy. Like it kind of ruins the fry.
Okay.
That's really what I mean. Like it's just like the garlic still tastes good. It's just they overdo that part of it.
You also you started to tell me a story about another restaurant that you saw.
Okay.
And I was actually hoping that you were going to tell me about that before, but then you told a different story, which was amazing.
Which other one that I saw?
Guy Ferrari.
Oh my God, Guy Ferrari's restaurant that was across. All right, look.
So
somebody said I can't remember
who Guy Fieri is.
Guy Fieri, he's the person that won. He won like a reality show or something years ago on the Food Network or something like that to host his own food show.
So he knows a bit about the food industry,
but he's a big personality. He's got that spiky bleach blonde hair. I don't know, like
so this is a guy that knows what he's doing. He's seen a lot of restaurants. He probably has like the ears and mouths of a lot of people in the food industry that really know what they're talking about. Yeah,
well, all the reviews for it, though, like, because everywhere we went to eat tonight, we were typical, like tourists. Like, let's Yelp it. Let's see what the reviews are.
You go to eat at one place and you just leave and go and eat at another place.
Yeah, fuck this place. No, the reviews were terrible. Like, they were all just like, it's awful. There was somebody in our chat earlier, I can't remember who said they really liked it. And that's great. Like, but it did actually sound like the kind of place I feel like I would have enjoyed something there. But the reviews were just so bad of this place that I decided not to go. But during the show that we saw tonight, which was Oh Hello on Broadway.
Right.
There's a lot of improv involved, and at one point one of the characters said something about, oh, who knows how many of the people in the audience never got the chance to go to Guy Fieri's garbage fire across the street. It's just you get the impression that it has a very bad reputation in the area. Which is sort of an inside joke.
Yeah.
The show, by the way, which was very good. I know it stars Nick Kroll and John Mulaney.
Oh,
Two
okay.
comedians. Nick Kroll. Nick Kroll is kind of like, there's a lot of people who are like, I don't find that guy funny. He's not. He's divisive. He's not for everybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
his humor's not for everybody. But Christine and I always enjoyed him, and he had a show called Kroll Show on Comedy Central, and they took two characters that they did, him and John Mulaney, on that show, and made a Broadway show with them.
Okay.
There's these two old guys. One a playwright who's also an actor named George St. Geegland, and the other one is just an actor who would always act in the other guy's plays, named Gil something or other. So it's George and Gil, and it's just them spending a half hour basically telling you all the things they hate about Broadway shows, and then doing an hour-long Broadway show where they constantly break the fourth wall, talk to the audience, talk to each other, and like they're fucking up the play within the play as they go, and like pulling aside like, hey, you gotta stop doing this, you're fucking up my play, like shit like that. Like, it's just a complete like riff on Broadway shows.
So
like,
it's a broad. If we did a Broadway show, that's basically what you went to watch.
Yeah, if Broadway shows annoy you, this is a great show to go see, because it's a good takedown just of what a lot of Broadway shows are like. But it's great because in the middle they do it. Apparently, they always have a different celebrity show up, like to do like a mid-show. It's basically improv thing where they bring them on stage, because they do on their show within the show. There's another show within that show where their characters have a basic cable, or like a cable show called Too Much Tuna.
Oh, right.
Where they talk to somebody, and then eventually their tuna sandwich comes out, and it's got like 8 inches of tuna on it, and the person's just supposed to look and go, that's too much tuna, and then they're like, oh, too much tuna, hey. So they brought out today they had Pete Davidson, who I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a young comedian. He's on Saturday Night Live right now.
Okay, never heard of him.
He's kind of on the way up.
Saturday what?
It's this little program on the up and up
okay.
from.
I don't know what the kids are into these days.
It's late night Saturday night.
Probably nobody
I don't believe
watches
many
it.
people are familiar with it.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Nobody's watching TV that late.
And he was clearly high. Like, and they mentioned like how he got high before the show, and he forgot his line, which is great. Like, all he's supposed to do when the tuna sandwich come out is go, "That's too much tuna," and he wouldn't do it. Like, he was saying other shit, and they just sort of kept inching in toward him, like, "Yeah, what would you say about that, Pete?" And at a certain point, he's like, "I don't know what you want me to say." Like, he was freaking out, like, and then he's like, it's too much tuna, and they're like, and they were like, in the entire run of this show, only 2 people have ever forgotten their line: 23-year-old Pete Davidson and 94-year-old Norman Lear. It's like. It was clearly very embarrassed, but it was pretty funny.
That sounds like a great show. Not only does it sound like a great show, but it sounds like it was a great show to perform.
Yeah,
which is something I never really think about a Broadway show.
They were breaking constantly.
Yeah,
it was funny. Like especially Nick Kroll. He kept laughing. Like, they made a joke about how like in the first half hour, like, a thing I hate. Another thing I hate about Broadway shows is when they always feel the need to have somebody say a line that's very casual, doesn't seem like it was a very hard line to write. It's just very normal line, and then they fade out on it like it's supposed to be really like poignant. And then like his example was like, "Hey waiter, I'll have a root beer, please." And then the light fades out on him like dramatically, and then he's like, "Yeah, I hate when people do that." So at the end, toward the end of the show, Nick Kroll has to do a thing where he looks up into the light and he's like, "Hey waiter," and he starts laughing as he says that line, and he just starts shaking with like his head in his hand, and he can't get through it, and the audience just starts applauding him. He's like, I'll have 2 root beers, please." And he's just like, he can't, and it's it's like the end of the show, and he's fucking dying laughing. It was great.
Man, I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
Well,
traffic was terrible. I left my tickets in my other pants. I forgot to have money.
Yeah. One day, Danger, perhaps we'll go
too
to Broadway
busy
together
with hookers.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Hey, Jala says, DJ Firewave, Jala herself, says, what games are you looking forward to playing in 2017? Obviously, Escape from Tarkov.
Escape from Tarkov. One that I guess we probably won't stream.
GTA 6.
Yeah, GTA 6, which is already done. They're just not telling you, but there's
they're in Best Buys. I mean, you can't buy it in Best Buy, but you can steal it.
There's just like, look, Best Buy, can you hold the copies of this game that's finished, but we're not releasing?
Yeah, Best Buy's got it.
Best Buy.
Just go talk to somebody at Best Buy. You know the guy.
Just ask a manager.
Yeah. What else? What else is there?
Mass Effect is coming out, but that's more of a single player. Like, yeah,
Half-Life 4,
to it, but I doubt we will. Yeah, they're just skipping 3.
Skipping 3, going straight to 4.
You know, that would be great if they released Half-Life 4, because something happened with when Leisure Suit Larry, the Leisure Suit Larry games were out.
That's right.
It was either 3 or 4 where Al Lowe, the guy who designed those, was like, there will never be a Leisure Suit Larry 4. Let's say it might have been 3, but and so when he finally made another one, he just skipped a number. He's like, I wasn't lying.
Well, wasn't the one before he actually got married at the end of it? And then when it skipped one, I think it went to 5, because I remember 5.
Passionate Patty.
Yeah. And then when it skipped to 5, like, it completely doesn't cover any of it. It just kind of hints that something happened in the last game, which never came out.
Yeah, where did Leisure Suit Larry 5 take place?
I think that's 6. The one that went to the spa.
No, that was 6.
That was 6? Okay, it might have been 5 then that they skipped. Because I'm pretty sure the one where he's at the spa is the one that's right after the one that they skipped.
No, because there was I'm looking now. 5 was Passionate Patty, does a little undercover work.
So I'm looking forward to Leisure Suit Larry 5.
Yep.
That one's coming out in 2017.
It's gonna be great. I wish they'd make a good new Leisure Suit Larry game.
Fallout New Vegas 2.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. All of these indie games that they send us codes to in our promotions tab in our email. Yeah, we're definitely gonna play them.
What's that one we were really supposed to play?
Galactic Junk League. Funny thing. Right. So Galactic Junk League. Before it was on Steam, they're like, "Hey, here's the download. We upped your accounts or something." I don't even remember what it was. We never actually ended up playing it, but they sent us Steam codes. Well, 1 anyway.
I thought they sent us 4. I thought we were like, we want 4.
No, the first time they did, and then they sent us more.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Well, like actual legit Steam code. So, because before it wasn't on Steam.
Oh, I got you.
And now it's in beta, so it is on Steam. Yeah. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
But I hope that clears up that question, Jala. Anything else? Madden 2014 is coming out this year.
It's 2K14.
2K14.
It's the 2K franchise is coming back, I hear.
Yeah. The Fast and the Furious 2 arcade cabinet game.
Really?
Yeah. Steam.
You know, that's the one arcade game that seems to still be in every movie theater.
Yeah.
The All Fast and Furious one.
It's probably the as far as video game adaptations of movies, is probably the most true to the movie of any video game movie franchise.
Does it have the sandwich place in it?
Probably. It's probably in there somewhere.
Is this guy sandwich crazy?
He comes in here and he orders a tuna. Nobody likes the tuna here. Man, I've been watching a lot of these TV shows, I've specifically Bar Rescue, but I imagine Hell's Kitchen is probably very similar. I could only imagine if somebody went to the Toretto's grocery store during they got their hidden cameras there, and then they're like, "You've got this guy in a muscle shirt with no sleeves getting fights with people because they ordered a tuna sandwich. I'm shutting you down. We're gonna redo your bar.
Who is in charge of that show? Who's the guy?
Dominic Toretto?
No. The bar rescue show that you.
John.
Because Gordon Ramsay for Kitchen Nightmares. You're saying on Bar Rescue it's John.
Yeah, he has a last name. I don't remember it though. But apparently, like he's owned. Well, they say that he's owned like 17 bars, and he's like he's kind of the go-to guy when it comes to like food service industry insider knowledge type shit.
Mm-hmm.
He lived in Vegas, so
so he knows what he's talking about.
He does though. Like I watched the show and it's like this guy seems to know his shit.
All right. I mean I assume they wouldn't give him a show unless he did.
I mean, he's obviously got they're like, we need our Gordon Ramsay for this show, and that's him. But I mean,
he yells a lot.
He's no Ryan Seacrest. He's not Ryan Seacresting it.
So he's not utter shit. Is what you're saying.
Exactly. He's not just like some plastiformed hair with a microphone.
I see. Ooh.
Yeah, he's not like that. It's actually a pretty good show. I enjoyed it very much. Hold on, I lost my place. I'm back at like the main vlog question.
Right.
I see the food question. Are some of these just repeats? I think they're repeats. Oh, here's one from Boosa. Boosa's Gaming. You know Boosa. Good old
I've heard
Boosa.
of him, yeah.
But that's his first name. His name is Boosa.
Boosa, yes.
Yeah. Some people call him Boosass.
Boosass.
Yeah. Says, what do you think about the new super chat? And
okay.
So we went into this on a stream, but I'm just gonna pull up this email again that we got from YouTube. If I could find it, hold on.
And I'm gonna in the meantime pull up a page that actually describes what is on this because I haven't really looked at the details.
Yeah,
Chad mentioned a few things, but I don't know specifically what the details are.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it now. I can't really remember how far back it was, but this email was ridiculous. And now I can't find it for anything.
Here's one thing. I'll bring up a quick... Well, okay, basically they're getting rid of donations because only live streamers used it?
Yeah. Go figure. Who can keep up with this?
Apparently only live streamers use it because users really like to be able to see the reaction in real time. So we're going to get rid of that, which really proves my point. I knew it when they started YouTube Gaming that it wouldn't be long till they did not give a shit anymore about it. Like they're just treating it like, oh, we have a gaming thing? People live stream on here?
I don't get it.
Oh, somebody likes things on there? All right, we better get rid of that. Because YouTube, I've had some dealing with YouTube, not just working for people who make their living on there, but also working for people who are directly owned by them and stuff. Like I've had dealings with them since 2011, and the shit just keeps happening. The same shit over and over again. We have a great idea. All right, let's implement that idea. What? You're implementing that idea? Fuck you! I've got a new idea, and they're on to the next thing.
Okay, I've got the email.
Don't fucking care.
This email was written by a fucking genius. It is titled "An Important Update About the Future of Fan Funding."
Oh.
Hi. At YouTube, we're always working on ways to help creators be successful with their channels, including ways for viewers to support them with revenue. Fan funding never achieved widespread usage. Our research said it was used most during live streams, mainly because creators were able to recognize and thank their fans in real time. This gave us the idea for a new feature, Super Chat.
And again, we don't have we are not able to have fan funding. It's not like we're just I'm sure some people will be butthurt just at the fact that they don't have this anymore. We never had it, and we were never going to have it. I mean, maybe like briefly before we got onto our current network, but we never. So it's just
it's such a good thing that we didn't have it, because we'd be fucked right now.
It's so condescending. There's this whole like, well, you guys, what you really need is this super chat option.
Super chat gives fans and creators a new way to connect with one another during live streams. You can find out more on our blog. To be fair, I didn't read the blog, but I'm sure it has a lot of information in it that's very useful.
Well, I'll go over it.
Thank you for using fan funding. We'll be shutting it down on February 28th.
Well, now, here's the thing. It still involves getting money, right? Like, I'm looking at... Like,
I guess, right?
And I guess it's like... It will technically make things easier. It's the condescending part of it that I'm not a huge fan of, but I also see how this is going to be abused. It's not like I'm worried about our audience, but, like, I could see on, like, someone on the level of, like, Hike or TG, like, basically, I'm on their blog. You ready? I'm going to read the blog.
Okay, go for it.
Super Chat is a new way for fans and creators to interact during live streams. Fans can purchase Super Chats. So fans purchase Super Chats to highlight their messages within the live chat stream. Super Chats stand out from other messages in two ways. Your Super Chat is highlighted with a color. Your Super Chat stays pinned in the ticker for a set period of time. So it is similar to things they've done in the past.
So it's it's
yes, it's just fan funding. That's all that is. But the way they worded it just made it sound so douchey. But it's already been abused by people, but now I feel like now that they're drawing attention to it, that when you get to the level of somebody like TG or something, somebody's going to figure out a way to get past his banned words and just start sending like shit.
Yeah.
Like it's a nice thought. It's just I feel like it's going to be abused.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously. I mean, people abuse the fan funding thing. I saw it happen a few times.
That's true.
I think it happened to Hike.
But now that they're calling attention to it, yeah. Oh, it definitely did, yeah. Oh, Boosa, it probably paid for the repairs to his Lambo. Boosa had mentioned. Poor TG. We'll talk about that.
Do you think I should take TG up on his offer to take a ride in his Lambo?
Yeah, I think you should. I think it's a good idea. You drive. Poor TG did. Look, it can happen to anybody. He hit black ice. At least that's that's the idea. That from what I gathered, he hit some black ice. I think he's gonna have a video out about it. But
yeah, and that video will probably make enough to pay for the repairs to his Lambo.
It'll bring enough attention to him, bring enough new people in.
Yeah.
I should crash my Lambo more often, fam.
Hey, I've got a question from Enigma Champ, and I hate it.
Oh.
Will you guys ever play 7 Days to Die? Or Miscreated again?
Look, I liked 7 Days to Die. I wouldn't mind playing it again, but, I mean, if Danger's not going to play it, I'm not going to force him.
Here's the thing. I hated playing 7 Days to Die with Team Geo.
Ah. Fair enough.
I've identified a trend in my hatred for a game. And that trend is Team Geo.
Aw, poor Team Geo.
Sure. Poor Team Geo. And Miscreated, I would love to play Miscreated again if there was something to fucking do in that game.
Yeah, the problem with that game is just it's too much the same thing over and over again.
Which is a lot of nothing.
Yeah. It's nothing like if there was more shooting involved, like if we had more to do, like if there were just more enemies and there was a reason, like if shit happened, it would be more exciting. But like the last time we played, there weren't even any enemies we ran into. I think I passed one mutant and he didn't respond to me and I just kept walking.
We both did. We were both there.
Yeah, it's just until the game gets to a more finished state and there's more happening, I don't think we're going to play it too much. But it will eventually, it'll get there.
Hey, I got a question from Joseph Brewer. Are you streaming on my birthday? Now, if you don't know, Joseph Brewer's birthday is on the 22nd.
That's right,
of January, which is Sunday. That's next week, and I think we will be.
I'm pretty sure we will be,
unless you're going to another Broadway show.
Well, I think Sunday I'll be around, but you know when I won't be around?
When?
Friday.
Why Friday?
we've got a wedding to go to.
Whose wedding?
Christine's sister is in the bridal party. It's one of her best friends is getting married, and we're invited. Like, we've known them for a long time, so we're invited and we're going. And it's in the I believe the Adirondacks.
What
is where we're going?
You're going to the Adirondacks?
That's the one in Pennsylvania, right?
No.
Poconos.
Catskills.
Poconos. I'm sorry, wrong mountains. Wrong mountains.
I was gonna say you're gonna be like an hour away from me.
No. Yeah, no. It's we're going to Pennsylvania. Oh man.
Hike attack.
Oh my God, we're getting hike attacks.
Oh, it's a hike break.
Hike break. Hey, hike.
This time I forgot I had nothing else to come for. I was just going to give you guys a hike break.
The last hike break was great.
It was.
What was I forgot? It was the tabletop.
Oh right, there was a hike break in tabletop.
There was, yeah. I was thinking of the one from Wreckfest.
I wish you stuck
really
around in tabletop longer to save us from that.
You should really block me in here so you guys don't get any more hike breaks.
But then we wouldn't get these hike breaks. We love them.
I love the hike breaks.
Oh man.
How's your day going, Hike?
Pretty good. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to stream PSVR without it getting the really low quality.
I heard you hunted dogs the other day. You
hunted dogs?
You were hunting dogs.
Yeah, I went puppy hunting.
Did you get any?
You hunt young dogs. Ooh.
Well, afterwards we had some Korean barbecue, but we didn't find a puppy. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
you'll get one.
That was a terrible setup.
Continue broadcasting your puppy hunt, please.
Yeah, that's what everybody said. I think I am going to.
You should just broadcast more often. I love those.
Yeah.
When I get a message on my phone that says Hike is live streaming to his channel right now, I'm like, I have to see what he is doing in real time.
Wow. Well, you're one of the only two left who gets that message.
Yeah, at least I'm getting it, I guess.
You know, YouTube decided that only 2 people are going to get that message, and they sent one to Russ.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I feel very special. Thanks, YouTube.
Honestly, I do believe that unless you do the genre that screw you, you're not going to do well on YouTube. Meaning changing genres.
You know what you need, Hike? You need either a press or a 1,000-degree hot knife.
I have so many great ideas for 1,000-degree hot knife. The real clickbait one is that against Deadpool sculpture, which I already have. Well, but my favorite one is 1,000-degree, 65-degree knife versus a balloon.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What if
it's Kelvin? It could be like
Kelvin,
like 2,000-degree Kelvin, which I don't think is actually it's 0.005 degrees Kelvin. I think it's more accurate.
Why don't you outdo everyone and have a 1,004-degree hot knife?
Yeah, up the ante.
Being creative on YouTube is not a good thing, Russ.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Believe me, I'm aware.
Everybody does.
What? Russ, this is why you're not PewDiePie. You know,
Chad break.
Hey, is Chad here? He's muted.
Kind of.
Chad.
Hi.
It's Chad.
How's it going?
Oh, we're just having a hike break. Did you come to enjoy the hike break?
Yeah, is there room for another hike break? Or another Chad in the hike break?
Yeah,
I suppose so.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I got a question, Russ, from Zachary Bridwell. He says,
Sure.
Russ, can we see Murray?
Yeah, give me a minute because he's in this room.
This is going to be great for anyone.
Any
audio listener.
Anyone what?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'll just push him into the microphone and you'll know it's him. But by all means,
make him make some squealing noises or something.
YouTube keeps pushing me YouTube Red stuff. I'm acquaintances with Vanos and C-Nanners and stuff like that. I don't have anything against them, but their show, the real original YouTube Red original show.
Yeah,
give it a shot.
Is it like
terrible?
Yeah,
it is so bad.
Really?
At least I gave it a shot. I watched the first episode and then the second half of the second one, and I stopped. I don't think I would ever watch it again. And I'm like, really? We talked to YouTube Red. They really did not want to pick up something that costs a lot less to make and it's probably better quality, like Grand Theft Alien.
Yeah, that would have been a really smart thing to do. Man, imagine if Grand Theft Alien could just go on forever.
Oh man, the stories
Yeah.
we could come up with.
Imagine the amount of work Russell has to do every day
my
to
God.
get one episode out every day.
Every day? Oh my god, I don't think it's possible.
Hey, Hike,
Yeah.
Matthew Qualkenbush says this to us, but we already answered this question for us, so I'll give you this question, Hike. Will you ever buy Farming Simulator 2017?
I already bought the Trucking Simulator 2016, and I will not buy any other
Simulators?
No, because I like car simulating and plane simulating. I'm trying to think. I will
Tractor.
not get an agricultural
Tractor Simulator, yeah.
if it's simulated with exact simulation.
Like a tractor is
pretty
kind
good.
of like a car.
It's a tractor that goes, or it's a car that goes slow, and you drive it
Yeah,
in a field.
and then you turn on the GPS and it does it by itself. Whoop-de-doo. Now let me
Oh,
see
yeah,
different
they do
cars.
that, don't
You know,
they?
you know what's even more like a car? A corn harvester.
Oh my God.
Just
I mean,
saying.
you know, I will drive a corn harvester. I'm so excited to drive that corn harvester, not in a farming simulator, but in a zombie apocalypse. Now, see, that's different.
It's actually a good idea.
You know,
Yeah.
A little
know-
slow moving, but
You know, the thing that they
Yeah,
don't ever
but
bring
they
up
are slow moving as well.
in movies that do that or in games that do that is like you'd probably just end up just destroying that corn harvester. Like you'd probably get through 2 or 3 zombies, and then it'd be like then it would just like seize up and it wouldn't work anymore.
You're right. We have to get a freaking wood chipper, attach it in front of the car. No, even better, get a wood chipper, attach it in front of a Bugatti, and just.
That's very Dead
That
Rising
sounds like
of
my
you.
dream.
Well, you know, it's zombie apocalypse. There's
sounds like
Bugattis
Dead
everywhere.
Alive. Just walking around with a lawnmower.
Yeah, Dead Alive.
But can you imagine this?
Wait, Peter Jackson, Dead Alive?
SS
Yeah.
Oh,
When he picks up the
hated
lawnmower
that
and walks
movie.
in. What?
You hated Dead Alive?
That movie
wrong with you?
sucked.
That's
I
a
don't know.
terrible opinion.
I don't know.
You have a very bad opinion.
You know what movie was great? Graveyard Man.
Oh.
Can't say
Not
that I saw
familiar
it.
with Graveyard
Yeah,
Man.
you gotta look it up.
shoot.
I'm not gonna explain it to you.
One movie I want to see again. My wife doesn't know who the Blues Brothers are, and I was watching the.
Then show her
Saturday Night
Blues
Live.
Brothers 2000 first.
Well, she came to us, like, you know, she grew up abroad, traveling in a military family. But I was watching the new, when they replay old Saturday Night Lives and call them new with what's her
Do they
name?
do that?
That recently passed away. Yeah.
I mean, this came up earlier. Saturday Night. What?
Danger's never heard of this show.
Yeah.
Live.
Is it new?
Live.
Is this what the kids are watching?
But Princess Leia, the one that passed
It's
away
had a few
recently, what's her
seasons.
name?
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher. They broadcasted it of her, Saturday Night Live, and Blues Brothers started out by singing, and I'm like, oh my God, I miss the Blues
Aw.
Brothers so much.
Yeah,
Such a
that's
stupid
true.
movie, but I love it.
Hey, I've got a question, and Hike's here, and this is good. When are you going to
14
stop
inches when excited.
boycotting Forza Horizon 3 and stream it again?
Ah, yeah.
Well, I don't want to stream it because then Danger's going to be felt left out that I didn't stream it with him. But at the same time, I don't want to stream it with Danger. So it's like,
Not after that last time.
I'm just playing. I did one a few days ago, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't even
Well, the only way
you didn't
to
even
reach you is
page
to
me.
have a
You didn't even
The only way I
send me a
can reach you is
page.
to have a
It's
personal
true.
Facebook
Danger's
account.
not easy to reach. You have to
And
send
I
a
usually
carrier
have to
pigeon.
get up and call Russell and then say, "Hey, Russell, what's Danger doing? Does he want to play?" And then Russell is like, "Let me Facebook him." And I don't use Facebook except for work, so I don't have a personal account. So,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
and then Russ tries to contact me. I get back to him 2.5 hours later, and I say,
Sometimes.
I say,
I gotta say,
what does he
Russell
want?
is a terrible secretary.
And I say, "Oh, you're in luck. We just finished setting up."
Russell, you gotta do your job better, dude. You gotta be a
know.
better secretary.
I know.
Yeah.
My
Jeez.
one. I don't know. I could do better, but I'm holding back.
You should fire him, Danger.
Yeah, but I mean, just look at his face.
Then you have to
Yeah.
talk to me.
And look at this
correctly.
face. I mean, come on. If would you put this ferret out in the cold? Look at that.
I would.
What?
That ferret would probably do better in the wild than you would.
No.
Yeah,
not at all.
Totally.
Nope.
That ferret is a killer.
Are you saying these are the eyes of a killer?
Yeah. The cold, dead, black eyes of a killer. Will podcast 13 ever be uploaded to iTunes? From Tina White. Yes.
Yeah, it'll be there. Probably right alongside this one.
Yeah. Well,
I say hike breaks over, guys. I'm gonna let you enjoy your day.
That was a fun hike break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna run away. Yeah, I mean, I badmouthed Vanos and C9ers as well as.
Don't worry, no one's gonna hear this.
And yeah.
No one will watch this. You don't have anything.
Yeah, nobody's watching.
I actually didn't badmouth him. You know, now someone's gonna.
Vanos and C9ers will be like, Snake who?
They actually care what Hike the Gamer says.
Hike who?
All right, love you guys. Bye.
Bye, Hike.
Bye, everyone. Bye, you guys.
Important question, Russ, from Anti-Addiction.
Yes.
Would you rather live off of Hot Pockets and Kool-Aid, or live off of pizza rolls and Orange Crush? Orange Crush. I was gonna say Orange Crust.
Honestly, second one.
Pizza rolls and Orange Crush.
Pizza rolls and Orange Crush.
I do like Orange Crush better than Kool-Aid.
Orange Crush.
I like Hot
I don't mind a
Pockets
pizza roll
better than pizza rolls.
You know, you give me a lean pocket, which isn't especially lean. It's just got broccoli in it. You give me one of those. Chad and I, when I worked at Indie Mogul, like we used to. I think Chad had them too. I think we used to like live off of lean pockets for a while because it was like cheese and broccoli and chicken, and it was so fucking good. Loved it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you give me lean pocket, maybe we'll talk.
Okay.
But Kool-Aid, I was never a big fan of Kool-Aid. That's not to say I didn't like it. I would drink it, but like I was always more.
Russ, we got a donation
before that.
From
really?
Matt Barbuto, and it says something. Hold on.
What's it say?
Talk about lean pockets a little bit more. I got to pull this up.
Lean pockets. All right,
I pulled it up, Russ. You can stop talking about lean
pockets. Okay, good. I can stop.
He says, would you guys consider using your own website to stream and stuff? Probably not, because...
No.
Oh, I mean, I have a website. I haven't done anything with it, really. It's called GameTubers.com.
GameTubers.com, yeah. Which if we were to ever have like a group of streamers, it's not a bad name. We got the site. It's there. But
and
we just never...
some guy in Pakistan has the YouTube name, so we're good.
Perfect. I don't know. I'm happy on YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean... YouTube won't last forever, and YouTube tries to just fuck us every chance they get. But doing it on your own is doing it on your own is insanely difficult. But that said, though, there are a lot of people out there that use their own platforms. For their more devoted followers, like Rooster Teeth, for example. They have roosterteeth.com. They have the forums, which date back famously to the beginning of Rooster Teeth, and that's how a lot of their employees got jobs, is because they were on the Rooster Teeth forums.
Really?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
They got to know them through the forums, and then eventually they hired them. That's Gavin and Michael from Achievement Hunter. That's their story, as well as a lot of other ones. I won't go on and on about it, but I mean, it might be that we've been thinking, like, how do we bleed this thing for all we can? But what can we offer back for people who do support us? And maybe we make a website or something. That's a good thing.
We really should.
Yeah, I mean, I just
have forums and stuff.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
I mean, actually, maybe that could be one of the tiers, because like the way that I used to do GameTubers is I used to have it auto-populate every time you uploaded a video. It would automatically make a post on the website, with the video. And maybe like a certain tier of donator would also have that. Like we'd set it up so that it would automatically post whatever videos they make as well on the website. I don't know. It's all speculation. It probably means nothing right now. Russ, that ferret is taking you over right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, here, for those just listening on audio, come here, boy. All right. Here, tell me if you hear anything. Hearing a little sniffing? I'm mushing his face into it. Come on, Murray.
I mean, I heard him licking.
There you go. Perfect. You got a little noise there for those listening. Listening on.
He started
on
licking
podcast.
his nose a little bit, and you could hear it. Oh, but thank you very much, Matt Barbuto. Everybody else heard Terrence Stamp screaming at us. That's one of our notifications.
Tell him I'm fucking coming.
But thank you very much, Matt Barbuto.
Thank you.
Hey, here's a question that I honestly don't have an answer to. Ruben Peters asks, what were your best moments of 2016 and worst moments of 2016? Best and worst moments.
Worst moment is real easy.
Okay. Do I know this moment?
It's election day.
Oh.
That's my worst moment of 2016.
I think
super hammered.
he was specific more about like streaming or I don't know, maybe he did mean entirely. I mean, he did say 2016.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that would be mine. But what okay, let's go off of streaming. What was the best and what was the worst? We can't count last night. That was this year. Just remember it for next year.
I mean, can last night be the worst thing that happened in 2016? I don't know. I mean, we try to keep everything pretty even keel for the most part.
All right, you know what sucked? When we went to Maine, everybody got sick.
Yeah.
And that part, that was sad. The trip itself was great. The fact that we all got super sick while we were there, not good.
Best moment of 2016 might be the trip. 2016 was really good though. Like we saw a lot of huge improvements in 2016 that really changed things for the best. Like hitting 20,000 subscribers, that was big.
Oh yeah. That was June, and I only know that because it was E3 when you called me.
Telling Driftdoor to eat my dick. That was
that
was a high point. That was a pretty good stream in general. Like, not only did like a lot of stuff happen, but we just had fun on that stream. You weren't there for it, Russ.
Well, I was there, sort of.
In spirit, yeah.
I made my presence felt.
And as far as worst, man, I don't know. Losing my job 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Man, that wasn't great.
I would say it was the worst stream experience for us is when we scheduled Project Zomboid and had to cancel it and change it.
Oh, we did do that, didn't we?
Which reminds me now that Project Zomboid's been updated quite a few times since then. Maybe we should give it another chance.
What else did they break?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, who knows? Maybe they improved. Because it used to be able to do a program called Log Me In Hamachi, which would allow you to create sort of a virtual server that everybody joins. And then we could all play together. But they basically stopped that for their own system, and then their own system was broken. But that was a long time ago, so yeah, we should try it again.
Yeah, we could. You know what we should do is test it out first.
Yeah. Who knew? We had it work so many times. Who knew the new version of the game would break?
Here's a question from Ninja Hobo, who asks, when is Christine getting a face cam?
Whenever she wants to do it.
Yeah,
like that
probably
is honestly,
never. I don't think that's
yeah.
an ambition of hers at all.
That's not something that she has no desire to do that, as far as I know.
Little Perch,
Little Perch,
Little Church Boy, whose Twitter address is @swagmaster252, asks, "What did you wear as kids?" I wore a potato sack. What about you, Russ?
When I was real little, like a toddler, I remember having a lot of Oshkosh Bagosh.
You know what was a big thing when I was a kid is wind pants and wind jackets.
Oh yeah. Wind pants, really?
Yeah, like the whole suit, like a whole like matching, like Adidas wind. Like I never got the Adidas one, so I'd have to get like an off-brand, like Starter or like Abitas, and some people would take it to the next level, and them and their significant other would get matching windsuit sets. It'd be like teal and pink, and then you go power walking. They just go to the mall and power walk as a dynamic windsuit duo.
I can imagine that. Yes.
Was that not a thing where you lived? Because like it was. Wind pants were the biggest thing. About. Yeah.
I mean, not amongst me that I can remember. You know what was big when I was in middle school? I never really did anything as far as like what everybody was wearing. Like I never gave a shit. In middle school, I remember everybody was really big into pants or jeans that had the really big cuffs.
Oh, like bell bottoms?
No, bell bottoms were tiny. I'm talking like I can't even tell you how big these things were.
Like the legs were just ridiculous. Big. Like they would go around the shoe.
Yeah, the cuff would be like fucking 5 feet if you were to stretch it, if you were to cut it and stretch it out. Like it was just
like you're talking about Jenko jeans?
Yes, Jenko jeans were some.
Christine's here.
Christine's here. Christine, somebody asked when you're gonna have a face cam.
Oh, I don't have one.
When?
Oh.
When are you doing it, Christine?
I have a cam if you want it. Do you want it?
Maybe for the next podcast, but that's a maybe.
What? Really?
Really? Are you just saying that because you're on the spot?
No. When have I ever said stuff because I'm on the spot?
You've never expressed any kind of. If anything, you've expressed disinterest
for the
in
podcast. Maybe, but I've been on camera for the other podcasts.
Christine doesn't want her idol face.
Yeah,
to be out there.
Her dumb face.
She doesn't like playing a game. Like here, I'll do my idol face for those who are watching at home. But you can imagine.
Oh, I've seen it.
Like...
That's also your O face, right?
Oh.
Yeah. I make weird dumb faces.
I want to see your dumb faces.
Well, Christine has this thing she does. All right, this is very visual, but it's funny because Christine does it. I've seen video of her as like a kid. She did it then, and she has family members who do the exact same thing, which is to say, when she's thinking, her face will go like this.
Okay, I've seen that face.
Which is, for those at home, you kind of tilt your head back, open your mouth, act like you're about to talk, and sort of stare up.
Christine made that face during the entire election year.
Yeah.
And it stuck that way.
Yep. So that's what you'd see a lot of.
Hey,
I think Machamp really wants to see his other tweet.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
I'm going to read this one from Redneck Green Arrow. He says,
all right, let's do that one.
If you had to play any game with any celebrity, who would it be and what game would you play? And we just got a donation.
Oh my god.
From Busa, and it's a lot of letters. Oh my god. Jeez, I'm going to Think about your answer, Russ.
I have an answer. I would want to play with Xavier Woods, who's a wrestler who has his own YouTube gaming channel.
Okay.
That and I would basically want to play anything with maybe the newest WWE game. But he has a YouTube gaming channel, and I think he's very funny. I think he does a good job on there.
Hey, so this is from Busa. Busa donated. Thanks, Busa. And he says, I still want to see a Russ video or stream with Photoshop or Adobe editing. Everyone pretty much agrees Russ is the best editor they know.
What can I say?
Yeah, you're a legend.
Everybody said it. I know I'm very good at it. It's just weird when people call it out. There's
but But also, I know you're humble about it, but you've also been doing it for
I started
over a decade, so...
Yeah, I started editing when I was like 14 or 15, and I used to do VCR to VCR editing, which for those that
I used to do that.
grew up, for those that grew up in the digital age, what you used to have to do is you would shoot your footage, and then to edit it, you would have to run your footage into a VCR, and when the time came for the shot, you'd have to hit record on the VCR, record up to the point where the shot you wanted to ends, pause it, and then leave it paused. Like, if the worst thing that could happen is you took too long and the pause like stopped.
Yeah.
And you had to hit record again because you're like, no, there's gonna be a big color ribbon. But yeah, you'd have to you just pause, continue, pause, continue. And there was a game that came out in like 99 or 2000 called Steven Spielberg's Director's Chair. And that was my first taste of digital editing. And what it did, he actually shot a short film with, in one of the worst performances ever given, Quentin Tarantino, which is really any Tarantino performance. Tarantino played the main character. So you got to see Spielberg direct Tarantino. Jennifer Aniston was the female lead. Penn and Teller were the villains.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there was a bunch of other actors in there, but you got to decide whether you were shooting a drama or a comedy. So depending on whether you did that, their performances would be different. You got to choose what scenes you wanted, what order they were in. And it was the first time you got to set your in and out marks for each shot. And that was my start with digital editing, which is what got me really into what I do now. And that was the beginning of it. And it was a cool game. I love that game.
If we could find a copy of that, would you do a Let's Play of
that?
I
was just thinking that. Yes. I'm going to look. See if I can find it.
I mean, I don't know what the legality of that would be, but I say fuck it.
Fuck it. It's a video game, right?
Yeah. Oh, man. So if I had to play with any celebrity, God, I don't even know, because most celebrities are shitheads. You know, like,
not all of them.
Not all of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
You know what? I mean, since Terrence Stamp. Oh, merely because I would want to have to explain
what you're doing.
I would want to have to explain to him why we have him from the Limey as one of the notifications. I want to explain why people donate and why he is a certain tier of donation. But I want to do it as he's hearing it. So, like, I want to be live, and I want to get a donation of over $20 so that it triggers Terrence Stamp in his headphones saying, "Tell him I'm fucking coming."
Be like, something in the Limey.
Like, yeah. I just want to see the look on his face when he's like he's looking for cameras. He's like, where are the cameras? Where are the cameras? Is this a prank? That's really it. I mean, there's like probably a bunch of people on YouTube that I'd love to one day get a chance to do stuff with, but I think that's a little bit different. Like that's just like, at that point it's just business. It's not like a special thing. It's like, oh, well, we're just gonna be a guest or have a guest from this channel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd love to play with Kevin Smith.
You said who was it that you said wanted a thing? Who was it, Russ?
Enigma Champ. Hey, could you read my other tweet?
The one about 7 Days to Die? We already did that one.
We did that one. So is there another one?
God, this is fucking up.
Here,
okay,
let's take some
from the Enigma Champ. Any payday in the future?
It'll happen again. I think it's one of those games where we did everything we wanted to do for a while. It got a little repetitive, so we needed to give it a break.
Yeah.
But they're constantly updating it, so I'm sure by the next time, whenever we do get back to it, I'm sure there'll be a bunch of new stuff that we can do.
You know what they tend to do as well, like, and a lot of games do this, is like Destiny is a good example of this, is like they add more content, but that content is intended for people who are better players than us.
Right.
So they're like, oh, there's a new heist, but that heist is fucking impossible.
Yeah.
Like we go in, we just get our asses raped.
Those ones are fun in a way, though. Like they have their own, because we tend to get pretty far in them usually.
Yeah.
And once in a while, you get one that's stupid impossible.
Like that one, the train one, where there was a derailed train. It was just like one open area, and they just sent waves upon waves upon waves of like special police officers at us, and we just got wrecked. And it was on like easy mode.
I thought we were on hard when that happened.
I don't know,
because I know that happens when comes out. Like all the Sam Fishers will come at you.
Yeah, I mean we got creamed. We got creamed hard.
On hard.
Hey, here's a question from John Christie from Discord. Okay. He says, now that we know the ending to The Forest, will you ever stream it again?
If there's a reason to.
Yeah, I don't know.
If they add to the game
in
some
was
meaningful
fun.
way, it's a great time.
Yeah.
It was a great ending.
I'd love to move on to something else, though. Like something that's like as good, but...
I want something similar to that. Like, you know what was good that I watched Chad play? It's not Subnautica. It's another like water-themed one where it's a survival game, but currently it's only single player.
Oh, Stranded Deep.
Yeah, if they made that multiplayer,
yeah,
I think that would be a great one to I'll try out.
Yeah, there's two survival games that I would love to play if they were multiplayer. One of them's, of course, Stranded Deep, and the other one is The Long Dark.
Yeah.
And I wish they were multiplayer, but they're not. But I'm probably gonna do that solo anyway, eventually.
You know, that reminds me of one game that I'm gonna play that is not, I believe, multiplayer, but it is kind of a. Actually, to be fair, I don't know what it is. I think it's kind of survival-ish, but it's called Frontiers, and I backed it on Kickstarter. Back in like 2013.
Oh, back when Kickstarter was still a viable platform for hope and innovation for the future of video games.
Yes, and I backed it on there, and I did get it for free in like 2015, and I never played it. Because I mean, not for free, but I got my copy that I had from donating,
which is basically free.
That's one I got to try out too. And I don't think it's multiplayer, but I wonder if they've talked about adding it there. That could be something.
Yeah. I didn't see this, but Trey Seabrooks says the new God of War game. Any opinion on the trailer? Have you seen the trailer for the new God of War game?
Yeah, Didn't they play it or debut it? I think when we were at E3 this year.
Yeah, it had Sun or something.
Yeah, and look, I love a God of War game. Like we played all of them. We never finished 3, Christy. Like we should finish 3 eventually, but we always loved them.
Either.
Yeah, there was no reason why we shouldn't have. It just didn't happen. But I'm just excited that there's a new God of War game and that they're going somewhere with the story. You know, I like that that's a thing now that like franchises are willing to continue them on, but like not reboot them, but actually like try to pass the torch with it, like an old Kratos. Well, just like they had. It's not like I was never a huge Gears of War fan, but we did play them. I do like that their idea for the 4th one was to go into the future and have
they're fun
the
playing
main
together.
character all old and shit. You know, I'm glad they're doing stuff like that. And so God of War, I'll play. I'll definitely play it.
I never played the first ones. I mean, I have a general idea of what they were about. I just never got them.
Yeah, they were fun. Again, they were just hack and slash games for the most part. There were some puzzle elements, but there wasn't much beyond that. But they were always just there's a lot to be said for a simple idea that has a good presentation, and that's what I think they always had. Yeah. Just fucking murder. That was
you could always tell that they tried.
But it was a lot of fun.
You know, Moto Brado tweeted us, and I mean, you'd have to see it, but apparently PewDiePie has his own line of socks.
Really?
Yeah. And he says, can you make your own line of socks just like Pewds? I would buy multiple pairs. And I guess he went to a company called Happy Socks. I'll look into it.
Yeah, I would love to do
I mean, these look like pretty
SFE
simple
socks.
Like we could put the snake fist explosion emojis on it, and that would be hot. That'd be the hotness.
We should start designing our own shit.
Yeah,
It would be fun to do more. Chad has mentioned wanting to design stuff, especially now that he's got his.
He should.
Yeah.
I've only been telling him for the last fucking almost decade now.
Oh, don't start with that.
It's true if he's listening.
Yeah.
Eh.
People don't like to hear that, you know.
You know, no. It's one thing if he doesn't want to say it about himself, but other people can say it.
Hey,
he's a very talented artist, and he should be. He shouldn't.
That's
be,
true. Chad's a
ashamed
talented
of it.
artist. Everyone should
heard this about him.
Everyone should tweet Chad Why Not and tell him he's a very talented artist. Right now. Everybody
People
do it right
should
now.
point out other people's. It's not nothing
It's
to
true,
be
yeah.
ashamed about. What the fuck was
Hey, I got a tweet from Big Willie. William Bradley, as it were. Willie MLG 420. He says he asked one that we already answered about games in 2017, but he also follows it up with a question: what was the best thing that you bought during the Steam sale? Now, I didn't buy anything because I was broke, or did I?
Oh, during the most recent one. Let me take a look at what I.
But
bought.
I know that you really
You know what?
scour those sales.
I didn't spend a lot of money. What I did was I went through my wish list and saw what stuff was dirt cheap and which stuff I still wanted to get. And I got it. I probably spent about $40 to $50 on a shit ton of games because I was like, it was all stuff I had wanted to get and it was still there. Let me see what I got recently. Okay. There was a lot of good. I got a game called The Deed that looked good. I did get My Summer Car, which I really want to record at some point. There's a game called Sunless Sea, which looked like a lot of fun. It's like a top-down ship simulator where you could be like a pirate or you could be a good guy. It's
okay.
It's supposed to have good writing, but I didn't buy anything like major. I did get Doom, but I haven't played it yet, so I don't know what to say about it yet.
You got The Crew for free, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, that was on Uplay's. It was like their Christmas every day. There was a new free game.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah. I also, you know what I got on there that I've tried to sell you on, and you sound very down on, but I do feel like you'd enjoy it if you gave it a chance.
Okay.
Is Driver San Francisco. It was free one of those days.
Yeah, I mean, I would not play it. I was never really crazy about the premise of Driver San Francisco because I loved the Driver games, but like then they put in like teleportation. Like you could just become different drivers, and that was how you played the game, and that kind of threw me, to be honest.
But they used it strategically. You know what I mean? Like like you're following somebody and you get obstructed by obstacles, so you got to jump out and into somebody else to continue it. Like they made it so it wasn't just a feature. It did actually play into the gameplay.
Yeah.
So it was creative, and plus the story was fun. Like it was more what the Driver series should have been, whereas the ones that came before it were took themselves a little too seriously.
Oh, I mean, they always had really good story. Like ever since the first one. Like it came out in 1997, the first Driver game on the original PlayStation.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 96, 97.
And that was game. I remember that being like one of the first times that I played a game that had an actual story. That was like
really
it had a cinematic story. Like it played out like a movie. And maybe it's just because I didn't have a lot of games back then. But like before that, everything was like Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario Twins, fucking Q*bert. And it's like, this is a game where you jump on turtles. And it's like, all right. But then like this came along and it had cutscenes. It played like a movie. And and you had like a mission. You had to drive around and do stuff. And it was really tough too. It was a hard game. And I loved it.
It was hard. But they took it too far. Like by the time they got to number 3 was just one of the biggest messes of a story I've ever seen.
I loved 3 though.
The game was fun. It had that original filmmaker and everything, but the story was impossible to follow. They didn't. Things happened, and in between each little thing, they'd be like, previously on Driver 3. And then they would give you a collection of scenes that meant nothing. It was a bunch of stuff that, like, what does this even mean? Like, you see one guy, like, it's like, hey, Jericho, I'm on to you. You'd be like, why? Who is that guy? No explanation.
Like, the previous mission was just you driving from, like, point A to point B. Then all of a sudden, like, all these characters are there, and it's like, who are these guys?
It was just a collection of scenes of people talking with no meaning. That's the problem with it.
You know, here's a comment that I get from Slow Ride. Slow Ride's been around for a while, and I don't have an exact example of what he's talking about, but he says you need to get a grip on some of your mods. Timing out for no reason, it's ridiculous. Now, sometimes I do see that happening. I tend to trust the mods because for the most part they know what's going on better than I do most of the time in the chat. But sometimes it does happen, and I think sometimes it's just like they get fed up and they're tired of dealing with some bullshit, and it just happens, or it happens by accident.
Right. I mean, they're people. It's like they can get frustrated, and then so it's like if they've been given a hard time. You know, if you guys have been, our mods are listening now. It's like, if you've been given a hard time, it's got you agitated, then yeah, I get it. If the next person's being a pain in the ass, you're going to be quicker on it.
But I mean, sometimes they can be a little overly harsh. I try, I can't really tell them, what to do too much because it's like, we don't pay them. I kind of feel like if I go in and I'm like, you guys are fucking up, they'd be like, well, fuck you too, and then they just leave.
Fuck you.
But no, I do agree. Sometimes they can be a bit harsh, and I'd like to see them. You know what? I'd like to see them work less hard. Well, is what I'd like to see.
You know what?
Because they do work really hard, and I appreciate it. But sometimes they work too hard.
Yeah, people do actually say to us like they'll get in touch and be like, hey, this is. We say like, if you think you were unjustly gotten rid of, you can send us a link to your YouTube channel so that we can hit unblock and we'll give you another chance. But on the other side of this, I have had people who have said that to us, and then I've gone and seen what they said, or I've seen like other comments they said, and it's just like them like calling someone else the N-word or something. It's like, no, you're not coming back. Like, fuck you. That doesn't like because there are people who'll be like, I did nothing, and they clearly did.
Yeah,
so it's hard to.
It might be nothing to them, but it's something.
Right. So it's
the rest of.
That's why usually I do trust them.
Yeah,
with no
and
problem.
YouTube has like no way to track any of this either. So like, it's not like we can check up on them either. Like, because I'd love to go through and just like make sure that like everything was just, but I can't keep track of it. It's impossible. I'd be spending my whole time going through the chat instead of playing the game and entertaining people, which is the point of having mods in the first place. I think for the most part, most mods do their job pretty fairly. But I feel like they don't need to work as hard. They should just let some stuff slide. Like, I understand, like, sometimes they got to get on it or else like people will be assholes. That whole thing, like, where if you're too nice of a person, people will take advantage of that kindness. Like, sometimes that happens in the chat. But I don't know. I guess take it under advisement, because Slow Ride 68, he's been here for a while. He knows what's up.
Right.
And just try to let things go every now and then, unless you see it becoming a real problem.
What's that thing? The 10-second rule? Count to 10 or something?
What is that? I don't know.
What do you mean?
With shit. Oh,
with
fuck,
shit.
I don't know.
Shit.
It's like the 10-second rule or the 7-second rule, where you're like counted. I think it was a joke in Seinfeld.
I mean, I know the 5-second rule for
food, which isn't true either.
So wait, are you talking about like if something happens and you're pissed off and you're about to react to it, you stop and you count to 10?
Your eyes, you take a deep breath and you count to 10. You go in, but like 1, 2, and then by the time you open your eyes and done.
Yeah, and if you still feel like retaliating, then go for it. Yeah. If not, like the idea is that like by the end of 10 seconds, you might not feel the same way as you did when your blood pressure rose like 27 points. I agree with that. That's kind of like something that I do in real life. I didn't know that there was like a weight, like a rule about it, like count 10 seconds. But like a lot of times, I could easily jump to anger, and I try not to so hard. Like any time that we stream with Team Geo, that really tests that rule.
It was asked earlier by I swear I'm not Jewish. Asks Danger. It was something like, "How are you holding up after last night's stream?"
I went through some of the comments from last night's stream, and most people thought it was hilarious. First off, which
I thought it was hilarious.
It was funny.
I thought it was fucking really funny.
To a point, all I could do was play off of it, and play the role of the person who was overly angry at the situation, but I was also angry at the situation. So it wasn't entirely fabricated.
Point, I think, and I have this with people, and I think everybody has this with people, is I think there was a sort of back and forth where you were getting a little angrier and Bren was getting a little bit more
surly.
And so it was just like, you guys are just feeding each other's issues right now, where Brent, like, it was going off and not playing the game, and you were getting angrier about it, and it was like both of you were like testing the other, it seemed like, who can get pushed the furthest.
And one of the comments was Carbonic Kid. He was like, the first 20 minutes that was some fucking bullshit, but you should have let it go after that. And I'm thinking, I didn't want to respond to it because I'm like, the only way I'd respond is I'd be like, no, fuck you, Carbonic Kid. And like,
we like Carbonic Kid.
Yeah, I understand where he's coming at, but like, it's like when you're running a stream, especially if it's just our stream and like nobody else is streaming, so they don't give a shit if anyone's liking it or enjoying it or anything. But like, our job is to like keep everybody on task and like keep it moving forward. And last night we just could not do that. Like, nobody gave a shit about the game. Like, anyone that was there for the first episode of what was it? What's that game that we played?
What? You mean the one we played last night?
Yeah.
Joking Hazard?
Joking
Hazard.
Anyone Hazard. Who was there for the first episode of Joking Hazard, you know that if everyone's playing the game and paying attention to it and like giving it a chance, it's fucking hilarious. But like, we'd throw down cards and they wouldn't even be looking at it. And then they'd be like, oh yeah, I guess it's funny. And then like, that's infuriating.
Yeah. And I guess like, I understand, like it was brought on ourselves, like to some degree. I mean,
we knew Brent was
blame
drunk.
on both sides. Yeah, exactly. We knew. But here's, that's gone so well in the past that it was just like, shit, it didn't work out this time.
Yeah.
But it was nothing like, the next day it's like, okay, that happened.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was kind of disappointed because I thought Bren was going to be pretty funny in like playing the game. Like, I thought the game would bring out some funny shit in them.
I think it's funny that the first 20, 30 minutes that it seems back, like some people thought was awful and some hated, I thought was fucking great. Like how it was all going so wrong was cracking me the fuck up.
Yeah.
I really liked it. But after that it wasn't as good. I tried to get something going though. We had our music going back and forth between me and Bren.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Hey, here's a question from Jessica Howe. Would you play Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon when it comes out in March? Yes.
That's one.
You know what? I'm excited for Escape from Tarkov, but I'm also really excited about Ghost Recon. Because like that's exactly what we need is a 4-player co-op game where we can just go and wreck shit.
That'd be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that one. That does remind one it's supposed to come out later this year is that I'm looking forward to, Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's right. Is that coming out this year?
Multiplayer will be good. Well, there's been news that whether it's true or not, it sounded legit though, like the timing sounds right, that a UK retailer accidentally leaked the release date that they were given. And so what they would be aiming for is October 2017. And that makes sense for when all the major game releases start coming out between October
that's a good time to release.
So I'm hoping that's what happens. I'm looking forward to that one a lot though.
Yeah, so I guess there's like 3 big ones we're waiting for this year, and that'll be great because like so far like right now it's kind of a really stale place for YouTube gaming because there's a lot of games out there, but there's only a small number of games that people give a shit about, but they don't really give too much of a shit about it. Like, it's not exciting anymore. One of those being GTA. Like, GTA is always, like, the big performer when it comes to our channel, but, like, it's still kind of lukewarm, like, because
it's not what it was.
You've seen it for, like, 3 fucking years. You know, we need something new, and I think Red Dead 2 is going to be that game.
To Rockstar's credit, they've done a good job at keeping it as fresh as they can.
That's true.
I've heard news that I think Tuesday there might be a big update. Then there's also talk that this year they're going to start releasing like new cities and shit. That's what it really needs. It needs somewhere new. Like, I know that goddamn map. I could get around it with my eyes closed at this point.
Yeah.
It's like I know every nook and cranny of
like
it.
when I'm doing shout-outs at the beginning of the stream, I'm reading the comment section and driving and drifting at the same time.
and even for like the number of hours even beyond what we've streamed and what I've played that I put into the director mode and everything, having to know all the locations of everything for the Alien series. That's just, I know that thing too well. There's nothing. I mean, every once in a while I'll be like, I've never seen this staircase before.
Yeah,
this, like,
it's always
I'll get like a nice surprise, but but it's never anything major. And I think having a full new city to explore would be great.
Remember when we kept on finding skate parks?
Yeah, right. The one under the bridge.
Yeah,
we're like, where? What?
Yeah,
I never knew this was here.
Like, that area was like the first place that I explored when I first got the game. When I first got the online, got into GTA Online. I'm like, that's where my garage was. My garage was like right around the corner from that skate park, but I never went to that skate park. And then like 2 years later, I'm like, did you ever know this was here?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a really good question. This is from Anti-Addiction. And I kind of like this because it's a little bit different than what we've been talking about lately. Have you ever gotten to a point in your life where you tell yourself, this is the best I've ever felt, but it's not that great? And I kind of feel like I know I've been to that point where I'm like, I don't know if I can say that like that's the best I've ever felt, but like, you know, for years and years and years, I just kind of like avoided stress and tried not to be depressed, basically. And I got to a point where I could just be like neutral, and I was like not happy, not sad, just existing, you know? And I'm like, and I'm just like watching fucking Futurama or something, and I'm like, this is all right. And then I realize, you know, for the past like 5 years, this is probably the best I've ever felt, and it's okay. Which sounds really depressing, but like, I don't know. I find some comfort in the fact that I was like even keel for so long, and I was like, this is all right.
You know,
I think most people would agree with you on that kind of analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think right around when I was like, for me, it would be like right around 25 years old or so. I was like, you know what? Life's okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, yeah. I think it depends on everyone's personal situation.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on your outlook. You know, I think, like, at my core, I think I'm I'm a optimistic person.
Yeah.
But
well, I think if I remember right, Anti-Addiction might be dealing with like depression and stuff. If I remember right, I mean, don't put words. I'm not going to put words in Anti-Addiction's mouth, but I think where he's going at is like the best he's feeling is okay. Everything beyond that is just like, this sucks.
Yeah. No, I get where he's coming from.
Honestly, that was me before I ever did anything on YouTube, because like discovering that I had like this creative need that I needed to fill. I needed to like write something or like make a video or do something or entertain somebody or literally do anything. Like, I was just like, what am I doing here? Am I just going to sit in a fucking office for the rest of my life? Like, what's the point of this?
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like I discovered that whole, you know, the need to create that I was like, okay, now things are getting better.
Because if you can at least have Like, even if you have a crappy one part of your life, at least one, you have something good in it too.
Yeah.
Because I think it doesn't matter who you are. You can have all the money in the world. Okay, not Bill Gates money, but you can be well off and still have problems. Like, people think like celebrities don't have issues, or, the guy next to them, he might look okay on the outside, but you never know.
I think the best, I think when things were simpler was probably when I was my happiest, as like cliche and as that kind of sounds, is like, I think the happiest I can remember being is like Christine, when we in our first place, which was like living in a closet, like our first apartment, when I got in shape, was doing the boxing thing and everything, and we were just like, we didn't have like a shit ton of money, but we could afford our little $500 a month place, which was again like a closet attached to a house.
800.
Was it 8? No, what, really?
Yeah.
Thought it was. Oh, no, it was less than that.
Man, that's twice as much as my entire apartment.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it was like, no, things were simpler then, I guess. I don't know. Health was better. It's just tough. Like I run into a problem where like I try to be optimistic and I try to be like a happy person, and I generally just always come off that way. But like, I'm like Hike kind of had that weird feeling, I think, when he mentioned when he was uploading his video that he uploaded earlier this week
about depression.
Because people just generally know him as like a happy guy because that's what he puts out there. But like, I don't generally put out any of my depression most of the time. Well, he's not on like these things. I try not to anyway. So, and generally I'm always like upbeat when I'm around people. So like when I'm not happy, people notice. And they almost get like, I've had people almost get like angry at me. Like, what? Why are you so fucking angry? Why are you so upset?
Yeah, quit being an asshole.
Like, this is me most of the time.
Jesus,
sorry. Jesus, can't hide it for a second.
Same for me. I'm a miserable prick. I'll be the first to say it. I'm the worst to be around. If you think I'm funny and you're like, oh man, I bet you'd be a real blast. I'd love to meet that guy one day. Be prepared to be disappointed, because you're just gonna be like, wow, that guy was a fucking asshole.
I think most of the
had fun with you, and Chad had fun with you.
Well, we all had fun.
I was putting on a face.
But like, there were plenty of moments but wait a minute, Christine, it's not a 24/7 thing. Like, there were plenty of times on the trips for every one of us where there's just times where we're just like,
oh yeah,
what? All right. Like, but that's because we're all at a point where we know each other well enough and we're good enough. Yeah. Where we're all good enough friends that we can lower that. What we're saying is like, if it's somebody who's like, I'd love to hang out with that person, then you hang out and you're like, oh, they're fucking miserable. But most of the funniest people I've ever known, that's how they are.
Yeah.
Hey,
like Chad, I would say is one of the funniest people I've ever known in my entire life, if not the funniest.
But he's miserable.
And he has plenty, and he'll say it like, yeah, I'm fucking miserable. I fucking hate people, and that's fine because like, that's just how most of the funniest people are.
For the most part, he started streaming because he was about to kick the chair out from under him.
Yeah.
He's like,
stuck down in Texas.
Yeah, I'm stuck in Texas, which just makes you want to hang yourself. Hey, I've got a question from Chandler Smith. That's the champ. He says, hey Russ, when are you gonna do a game on your own like Danger did with My Summer Car?
I tried, and I'm going to continue to try, and I'll get something out there eventually. Problem is, one thing is time. I don't have the same amount of time, sadly, right now to record that Danger's got. I wish I did, and when I can find the time, I will. But the other thing, and I've brought this up during some streams before, is that I don't have the same ability that Danger has to talk while I'm alone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not good at talking out loud when I'm alone. It's weird for me.
Well, it's not easy either.
No, but it's like, it's something I have to kind of overcome. Yeah. I used to have to say, when I used to do Indie Mogul, it was the weirdest fucking thing in the world for me, and that was recorded ahead of time. Yeah. This I'd have to be,
and you had a
like
script too.
Well, most
you wrote your script, but
when I was doing ones without a script, there were a lot of times where I would just sort of peter out and go, and there'd be like 10 seconds of me just like, Okay, and then I'd be back to it. Like, it was so, like, I had to cut all that shit out because it just feels weird for me to talk while I'm alone.
That's one thing I have to remind myself to do more when I'm recording things like My Summer Car, because there's so much shit that doesn't need to be in the video. And I end up talking through all of it, but I'm just going to cut it later. Mm-hmm. So, like, it really slows down the editing process because I'll be going through and I'm like, oh, that's a funny thing that I said. I got to put that in there. But I also have to put this other thing in there before that because that leads up to this joke. And then I have to have this thing because that explains this other thing. And I mean, if I don't have this other thing before that, they'll never know why I'm in that room in the first place.
Right.
So, like, I have to like remind myself over and over again. All right, you're just walking to the woodshed. You don't need to fucking talk right now. So, like, there'll be just long pauses where it's like, all right, let's go check out the woodshed. And then for like the 10 minutes it takes me to get there. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm at the woodshed.
You know what I thought might be a good, and maybe it would be a good idea for you too, but for me at least, like, it's something I think would help a lot, is I've thought of either putting a link out to an unlisted stream while I record, so that there's audience there and they can give me something to kind of respond to.
Oh, okay.
Or
it's not a bad idea.
Or going on like Facebook Live or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, just something like that might, the unlisted thing might be better. That way it's not like there's a version of it out there unedited.
That's not a bad idea because like that could tie into the whole like Patreon thing. Like we thought about we thought about doing like private streams just for Patreon supporters. And maybe that's a thing. Is like some of those recordings could be live for those people.
Yeah, that's something I'm thinking of doing the next time, because like playing like WWE, that was my first attempt. It didn't go great because of that. So. You know,
but then again, you're also subjecting it to your own criticisms of yourself. Like every time I record something, I'm like, oh, that was a fucking piece of garbage.
Yeah.
How am I going to turn this into a video that people are going to want to watch? And then, you know, My Summer Car happens and it's like at 34,000 views now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which is, My Summer Car is now our second most viewed video. Which is, I knew it would do well because it was like, people were looking for that game. Like, it was a big deal. I knew it would do all right. I thought maybe 5,000 views, maybe. but 34,000, and it's still going. Like, it's a month later, we're still getting like sometimes 1,000 views a day on that. Like there was a time like last week when we were getting like 3,000 or 4,000 views a day, and I'm like, why is it still climbing like this?
Yeah, 34,531. God damn.
Yeah.
The other ones did all right too. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be nice
I'm gonna
when you get another episode
more. This week, I'm really trying hard to record because a lot of people might not know. I kind of moved this week or last week rather.
Yeah.
This is an office, and I moved in with my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's probably awake right now because my voice is just penetrating the walls. And disturbing her in ways that I'll probably hear about later. Which is why I'm maybe a little bit more low key than I normally am. I got to figure out a way to like kind of soundproof this because like it does not block any sound whatsoever.
What about get some moving blankets? Put them up on the walls.
What are moving blankets?
It's like those very thick blankets. You put them down in like the back of a moving truck, so you can kind of slide things around, or so that they stay in place. Like they're very thick, and I think that's what Chad's using now.
Yeah, Chad did talk about some stuff like that. That's something. He built like a rig around him, didn't he? Like I could get
something
some
like that.
I could make like a PVC rig and just kind of like build like a moving blanket fort.
Yeah, true.
How much are these? I gotta look this up now.
They're not very expensive. I mean,
you know what you should do?
Less expensive than
blanket.
This is less expensive than soundproofing the entire thing.
Yeah, it's.
You know what you should do is get a one of those whatchamacallit, the green screens. Drape it over the PVC pipe and then drape the blankets over that.
Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't make it a very good green screen, but...
If I did it right, you could.
Hey,
you could
so
stretch it out.
I found a big stack of 12, 72 inches by 80 inches, professional grade, $70. That's a little out of my price range right now.
Well,
but
you don't have to get 12 of them.
But one, $6.
There you go. Much better.
I can afford $6. That's a really good idea.
You get like a few of those.
Yeah, I get a few. And those are pretty big. That's pretty big.
Yeah, and they're thick.
Yeah,
they'd be good for absorbing that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And that might just work. You know what? I'm gonna look into that. See if I can make that work. And also, maybe I'll like trap some heat in here too. That'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Make myself a big fort. And I'm only like using half of this room right now because there's like furniture in here. So like what I'm using right now is like twice as much space as I had before. And I still got like an entire other half of the room left. Oh, my point being, I didn't have much time to edit last week. Or this week, because just, like I don't really want to be doing stuff on the weekend anymore. But I do want to do more stuff during the week. Just to, because I want to get to a point where I'm putting out a video every single day, but man, it's a huge thing to record the footage and edit it. Like, honestly, I only spend like 1 day a week editing, but trying to get footage, that's like a never-ending battle.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say that'd be the hard part of this whole situation is getting the footage, but it kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
Jala, DJ Firewave, says, "Let me be your third cam so I can play music for you guys, copyright free, of course." Jala, don't you get like dozens of copyright strikes against you every time you stream? I mean,
I guess she's saying she would make sure that it didn't do that.
Yeah, she did say that. I think that would be a cool idea for one of them, but probably be really complicated and very taxing any other time. But I'd consider it. Sure, I'd think about it. I guess it depends on what kind of stream it is. If it's a tabletop stream, why not?
Yeah, it would be a good idea.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Jessica Howe asks if we would ever stream 2 different single-player games on a dual stream one day. We've thought about that before.
I've thought about it, yeah.
They'd have to be like 2 really simple games, though.
It would have to be like, what did I think about it with the one time, which was, it was like, what's the farming game? Stardew Valley.
Oh, Stardew Valley, yeah.
That's one I thought about once. It could be done.
Like we both have our own thing going on.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically what we did with that terrible game.
Which terrible game?
Sean Murray. Sean Murray.
Yeah.
Promised us big things and then didn't deliver.
Shit. No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Is it bad that I can remember Sean Murray but not the name of the game?
It says a lot. It says a lot about Sean Murray and the game.
Yeah, that's basically what we did on that. That was all right. I could see us. Doing.
It could be fun sometime
with that.
I have been wanting to. That does remind me. That's something I've been wanting to play again.
Yeah. Get in there.
It's been a while.
They've got base building now, so maybe it's worth checking out. I know Chad already did a lot of that stuff, but I could give it a go.
All right.
Why not? I uninstalled it. It was just taking up too much space, And an update from Anti Addiction. He said that he was depressed, but he got his shit together, which is a part of the reason why his name is Anti Addictions. I always knew that there was a big story behind his name.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But
Well,
oh, hey, they want to see Danger Jr. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. I've never
Hold on.
seen Danger Jr. myself.
Hold
Made
on.
me look around for Murray, but I don't see him at the moment.
Hold on. All
I
right.
have to see it on a delay, of
Oh,
course.
jeez. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm back.
Holding. All right.
Here's Danger Jr. Ta-da! See,
I don't get to see it for like
little,
a minute.
Little propellers, and he looks just like me, doesn't he? Yeah, that's Danger Jr. He's
God damn it!
He's quite the guy. He's a strapping young lad, just like his father. But yeah, it's it is a Cyma X5C, and I think it's an X5C .1 or -1.
Just saw it.
Based on the type of font that they use, which is an improved version. It's actually the Amazon bestseller. See, that's the drone that my girlfriend got me, and I have no idea how she knew that I would want a drone.
You didn't say anything that would
No.
make her. I mean, they are becoming more popular
Yeah.
now. So
She just thought that I would think that it was fun, and
she was right.
and she was right.
You're just screaming drone in your sleep.
And it's got a camera on it. It's not the best camera. It's a 720p camera, and I've seen footage from it. I haven't been able to test it out myself because I don't have an SD card, a micro SD card. But it looks okay. But I kind of want to like strip everything down and like mount a GoPro session to it to get some like really good drone shots with it. But it's hard. Like people who do drone piloting make it look real easy. And I'm here to tell you, it is not easy.
Hike is really good with his DJI Phantom.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there were so many times where I thought, like, because he would fly it like where like the wind was like way too. It said like above a certain mile per hour, you're not supposed to fly the drone, and he would like we were in Hawaii, and he was just like fly the thing like way out, like the wind is like. Or like, oh god, it's just gonna fall right in the ocean.
DJIs though, they have
But he's good.
They'll almost fly themselves. Like you gotta know what you're doing to make sure they don't die. But
Yeah.
but
No, you knew
they
what
have
he
a
was
lot
doing.
of like they have like really good sensors on them and everything, and the software really knows how to handle like wind and stuff like that. There are some pro things, especially if you got like the Phantom 4. That thing is ridiculous. Yeah, Hike has the Phantom 3, right?
I can't remember. I think he did have the 3 at the time.
That was even still that thing is an amazing drone. You should use it more often.
Yeah, he really should.
Yeah.
He gets all kinds of cool stuff.
It was funny. It was fun watching him fly it over the mountains.
Yeah. The range that you get on those things too, man, that's crazy. Like this one, it's like 50 meters, unless I make some modifications, like put a bigger antenna on it, stuff like that. But hey, you know what I'm thinking, Russ?
What's that?
I'm thinking we made it to the end of the podcast.
Oh, yay! The end of the podcast.
We did it.
This is a longer one than usual.
Yeah, we hit almost every question on Twitter, which is something that we normally don't ever do, but we kind of blazed through a lot of them. And didn't slow down. Didn't slow down at all. But thanks everybody for watching the Snake Fist Explosion video game podcast. Goodbye everyone. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Snake Fist Explosion Video Game Podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. But not really. We're not
really
leaving just
we're
yet.
not.
Thanks everybody in the chat for tolerating the podcast.
When that goes up, that's where whenever that goes up, That's where that one will cut off.
Yeah.
For the audio version.
The last podcast, I'm gonna finish editing it tonight, and then it'll go up tomorrow. I think it was Tina White. I told Tina White it would be up today, but I just didn't have any time to do anything. So I don't know what I was talking about.
Captain Boot Hat wants to know what's with the glasses.
I have glasses. The end.
There you go.
Yeah.
Someone said Chad raid. Is Chad streaming? If so,
probably. He did message me earlier on Facebook asking if I was going to be around tonight.
Are you going to join? Because personally, I'm going to call it a night. Oh yeah, Chad's streaming.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of late at night, and I don't. That's the thing. We need to like try to do things earlier these days until I can soundproof better, because otherwise I'm going to have a very ornery, sleep deprived person. Very.
Tomorrow we'll be back. And I hate that I can't remember who was asking it all night, but somebody was asking if we would play Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Oh yeah.
A lot. That one would be fun just because if we played with the three of us and Chad, since he had it's Minto smashed. Yeah, that would be fun to do because of that.
Oh man, we got 200
he has
likes.
not played.
Look at all those likes, Russ. We got 200 likes.
Oh my god, that deserves. Ready? Then you can see it, right?
The Carbonic Kid says, "Oh my god, we can see it in real time now." Wow, that was some slide whistle skills right there. Carbonic Kid says, "Danger, you have every right to tell me to fuck off. I really don't mind and likely deserve it or something at some point." No, I like. That's the thing is I take people's opinions into consideration, because I'm sure, like, for every person that says something, there's probably 20 people who are thinking it.
Yeah.
And it's helpful. It's helpful to know what people's opinions are. I'm really glad that like not everyone's opinion was like, "Danger, just quit being a prick. Bren's hilarious," you know, because like a lot of people were like, that was ridiculous. Bren was way too drunk. Hashtag never again.
Yeah, things were the opinion during the stream was all over the place.
Yeah. Man, but yeah, thanks everyone for 200 likes.
You know, while we were going, I did find a downloadable version of the disc images for that Steven Spielberg game. Now it's just a matter of getting a Windows 95 game to run in to install first, and then run in Windows.
Oh yeah.
10. So I'll work on it.
Don't you have to like run a DOS emulator or something?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I did. Oh no, never mind.
You know, I didn't.
It's a 16-bit
I didn't really get to
application. Jesus.
I feel a little bit like an asshole when we do these, when we do the podcast, because like I have to turn off the live chat screen so that I don't get distracted by it. But then I also like miss a shitload of comments. And kind of feel bad when I look back and I'm like, man, there's so many things that people talked about. And
Andy Castillo says, "Russ, look at your face. It's nice. Danger, nice forehead."
Thank you.
My forehead's looking great.
My lighting situation's terrible. My camera situation's terrible. One day, when I'm not dead from poverty, might upgrade those things. Jacob Yates really wants to know when I'll play My Summer Car next. I'm gonna do it this week.
I can't wait.
Yeah, especially since I'm also gonna need to make a video for Friday because of your wedding.
Oh right, yeah. Christina has mentioned we're not gonna be around Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we'll be back.
I heard we're gonna be in the Adirondacks.
Yeah. Whatever. The Poconos.
Look,
the other mountains that are
be in the
Adirondacks.
Yeah. I've never been to the Poconos.
You know why? Because those were the two radio jingles I remember growing up. They had the radio commercials for the Poconos. I don't remember how the jingle went, but I do remember Adirondacks. It was the Adirondack Mountains, upstate New York. That was the
What?
That was the whole.
Do you remember?
You had advertisements for the Adirondacks? We lived here and didn't hear any shit like that.
Yeah, well, they
It's
had
so
you.
funny.
They already had you.
Yeah, they
they
already
needed
had
to
me.
bring other people
Yeah, they already
in.
had you.
Like over in Jersey,
You
they
were
were like,
stuck
"Hey,
there.
you schmucks are close enough to be tricked into coming to this place.
Yeah.
Like, we'll bring you in."
Do you guys remember How Cavern commercials?
How Cavern?
How
No,
Cavern?
of course not.
It was like the family at the mouth of a cavern, and I remember like there was some jingle like How Caverns, and I don't know, every time I saw it I was like, God, I need to go there one day, and then I forgot about it for years and years. Russ,
Oh,
let's
Andy
go to How
Diction says,
Caverns.
by the way,
Sure.
flash Russ's Skype name on screen. What? That one?
It's fine.
It's Russell.
My name is Russell.
Big
Also,
surprise.
all of my
I know.
information is out there. I cannot hide from it.
Yeah.
I was not smart enough to hide my identity on the internet
Yeah,
early
me
on, as far
either.
as like YouTube goes. So it's not.
Everybody
it's not
knows
really-
my name is Danger. Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, man. But,
So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow to stream something. That'll happen.
Alan Strickland
Maybe
says,
Ultimate Chicken Horse. Who knows?
I've spent a few weeks at various summer cottages in northern Finland. It's pretty damn close. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard about my summer car. Is like people are like, this is exactly what a house looks like in Finland.
I need, we need to all have our own saunas here in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean it'd be so much better than showering, right?
Yeah.
You just
No,
stand in some
ew.
steam.
God, that would be the worst. I fucking hate that. The whole idea of a sauna to me is just bleh, no.
All right.
I don't like the idea
Yeah.
of sitting in a fucking, especially with other people. Like if I have to do it, I want to be by myself.
Oh, I don't disagree with you there.
You know, like just give me a private fucking little outhouse sauna booth. I don't want to be sitting in steam with everyone. That's gross.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of people are dropping off. I'm pretty sure I know where they're going. They're
Yeah,
going to watch
let's-
Chad. So why don't we?
Yeah,
Everybody
Chad
who's still
raid.
here, go raid Chad. I'm gonna throw his link in the in the chat right now. Everybody go
Yeah.
check him out. Go raid his butt.
Yeah,
Let him
and
know how nice it is.
also extra special thanks to Matt Barbuto in Busa who gave donations this stream. That's something I'm going to try to
Thanks,
do
guys.
more is point that out whenever people donate, because we always end in a complete mess. But go raid Chad.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
see you guys
everyone.
tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.